thank you all for tuning in to the next episode, the latest episode of the Men Are From Mars podcast. Relationship podcast for dating advice for people like me and other guys who don't know much about anything and want to hear from wonderful
girls.
Ladies, yeah, basically, on how to be less whatever, less weird, maybe. Today's guest is my wonderful friend Lan, my ex-prom date.
Oh my
okay, just
gosh.
kidding. No, okay, well, she is actually, but gym rat, good friend of mine since high school for a long time. And she had some really good input for the last episode when she was like watching. You were watching it on stream, and you were like typing and chopping it up with the people, and it was a fun time. So I was like, "Hey, you want to get on?" And she said yes.
Of course.
So thank you so much
honor.
for getting on. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you on this lovely, beautiful, getting dark Friday night?
Not bad. I'm like really excited to do this just because it's always fun hearing from, especially friends. Like, we never talk about stuff like, oh,
Yeah,
man, how's your
relationship status?
Yeah, I never do anything. So I mean, on the one hand, it's really cool to talk about that, I guess,
Yeah,
in
for
some
sure.
aspect. And just hearing from you. I mean, so I don't know if people know. So you have your Instagram here, and for people listening, it's yin-yang_lift on Instagram because you lift a lot.
Yeah, I lift boxes and lift groceries and lift everything.
No. You lift heavy ass fucking weight constantly.
For fun.
For fun.
Entertainment, just
How
occasionally.
often do you go to the gym?
6 days a week, or maybe sometimes 7 days a week.
For fun.
And maybe getting up at 5:30 in the morning to do faster workouts like cardios. But
So a lot.
No.
So you're in the gym a lot, right? It's ridiculous. And so one of the things I really wanted to talk about was like if you've had any crazy stories or any stories about like people coming up to you at the gym, because I imagine they see you doing your squats, your leg abductors. Yeah, see, I'm with the shits. Your leg presses. When you're doing these types of workouts, I'm sure guys are like trying not to make eye or looking at you through the mirrors. They have mirrors. Do you have any stories or anything?
Okay.
Can you tell me?
So usually when I'm at the gym, I have a resting bitch face during the time. I'm like, don't come and talk to me. But if you smile, at me, I will smile back because I want to be respectful and everything. But one of the most just like common thing that some guys would do at the gym that I have even like noticed for myself, like not for other, like not for me, but for other people.
Yeah.
I see them like staring hardcore to the point where it's hard to not notice.
Right.
Like, so if you're at the gym, like you see a girl that's like beautiful, you want to go and talk to her and whatever. Like, I'm not talking about me, but like just girls in general.
Yeah.
Like, you see someone like that, like just please don't like freaking like.
So are they like at the water fountain and they're just like eyeballing you? Or?
So like there was this one time where I'm just like just looking around, and I just saw this guy that was staring at this girl next to me, and he was just like
straight up just
this, like staring
oogling.
straight up, and then I'm like, does he have a problem?
Bro, he was about to catch a case. He was like,
do I need to go and put my face right behind her butt and be like, you got a problem, sir? But there's this other time where this I always go to gym late sometimes before, and like there was this guy that would literally turn his body 180 just to look. Like,
so like he's doing like tricep.
Like right here, he's like, okay, so the mirror is right here, right?
Yeah.
You got the lifting mirror, just trying to like admire
form.
your biceps.
No,
or
watch your
whatever.
form.
And then like the squat rack is behind him, so he's like back of his head is like facing the mirror that I'm like squatting at, and then you just see him like turning his body like 180 to
Holy
like look.
Fuck.
Like, guys, don't
Wait,
do
couldn't
that.
he just look through the mirror and like look at you?
Right. Like if you look through a mirror and I don't notice, like
that's
you can
kind of
look,
fucking.
eyeballs are on your own face.
They're kind of fucking slow.
You can go ahead and do whatever you want. And
no, it's just spam.
want to become famous.
It's spam. That's crazy. Sure. So they didn't even have the decency to like just like look through the mirror, pretend they're doing their list.
Yeah,
they're like
so they were like
turning around to go, bruh.
And okay, another thing that gets on my nerves.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go off.
Like, guys, please don't give that like freaking Rico Suave look. Like, like don't bite your lips.
The light skin look,
and, like,
eyebrows up.
Oh my god! Please, like,
eyes
don't think like
shut.
You know?
And then they in the little hand like say, "Baby girl." How much OnlyFans cost?
Daddy.
Oh my god!
No, please don't do that. Like,
jeez, do they seriously do that at the gym though? Like
they would check you out like this.
Oh.
You know, like it's really awkward, and I don't know what to do when I see someone do that. I'm just like, okay, look away. You know, have
you're
a
like,
good day.
I'm uncomfortable now. Holy shit, that's insane. They're just giving you that like, bro. They think everyone thinks they're Drake. I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh my gosh,
that's so
Drake.
fucking funny. That's insane. Have you had anyone ever like come up to you?
Yes. So there was this guy in the mid of me doing kickbacks. Okay, you know, like the one where you stick your leg out and trying to like kick your ass up.
Wait, is that the one where you're laying down?
No. The one now I'm standing. I think I was standing. Or maybe I was on a bench.
Okay.
No, you
I don't go to the gym a lot. I don't fucking
kickback,
know. I'm
like,
sorry. I don't.
Donkey kick or whatever the heck that you want to do. And this guy came up to me and he was being very kind and like polite at first. And so of course, me being the person I am.
Yeah, you're not just because you
have a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
If you come and approach me, I'm going to be
very
like,
sweet,
oh,
super
hi,
sweet.
How are you? And so of course I would respond back. I'm like, oh hi, like how are you? And he just kept on talking, right?
Oh,
and then there's me,
those.
and I started looking at my watch. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Trying to make it obvious.
Trying to make it obvious,
but
like,
not being
I'm
mean.
on a time crunch.
Gotcha.
But there he is, standing there talking to me for 45 minutes, and I just didn't know how to
like stop it.
him.
Yeah, just tell him to fuck up, or you know. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I cannot tell anyone to.
No, I know.
Like, you know.
We could talk about that too, because I feel like that's a thing for a lot of people, not just for girls, but for guys.
Yeah, you just don't want to hurt someone's feelings,
right?
Without like making like putting your boundaries out,
right?
And it's kind of hard to do that when you're trying to like be considerate of the other person's feelings.
Yeah, because you're very nice. You're not trying to.
Want them to be respectful.
And they just don't get the hint. So have you? I mean, this is like a thing I'm sure y'all girls have seen, but like people who just like don't get the hint. Like they just don't like they don't realize, like they have no social awareness to be like, I think this girl that I'm talking to doesn't want to be talking to me, because like he did the watch thing, right? So that he could kind of like see and maybe be like, oh sorry, I might take it. He was just like
oh yeah, you know what else happened after that? Okay, so this guy was like, oh, can I like, are you interested in getting a drink with me, or like grab dinner? And then so I said, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm like,
I don't eat food.
I'm not. I starved myself. But I told him, I was like, oh, like thank you for inviting me, but like I'm not really interested. And he looked so pissed off and walked off after wasting 40 minutes on my workout. And I'm just like,
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel like, I don't know.
Like, what a little bitch boy.
And I'm like, did he just fucking do that?
Yeah.
I think he did. But is that Tasha is on? What if vice versa, or however you?
So like, if a girl like wait, okay, so someone watching, thank you, is asking, what if it's in the vice versa? And denial's not cool with, and they're also saying, and denial's not cool with guys if they never try and finally decide to. Sure, okay, so they're basically asking and saying,
Tasha.
Obviously for guys, it's. It sucks getting denied or rejected, right? But to that, that guy also doesn't have to be, a fucking bitch boy.
Like when it's vice versa, in my opinion, I believe, for girls and guys, like if you want to pursue something, just people, goals in general, you have to be able to take the step. You have to be like, oh, I'm gonna be okay with denial.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay with rejection, because it happens. Not everything in the world is gonna go your way, you know. So it's kind of goes in the same thing as like, you never know until you try. And the fact that you have the courage to just go up to a guy or a girl and be like, hey, I think you're beautiful, you're very attractive, I want to get to know you more. It's you know, I applaud, because like not everyone has the courage to do that to like a random stranger at the gym that you're not sure if they want to even talk to you or not. But you have to keep in mind that people might not want to get to know you. That's their loss if they choose not to
100%.
you know, get to know you and everything. So like, I'm sure that person that approached me was a good guy, and I just wasn't interested, and I had to reject him, because you know, I don't want to lead people on. And in the way, if you lead someone on with no intention of dating or getting to know them, that's wasting their time and your time.
Right.
So,
it's worse.
Yeah,
it's worse if you had been like, you weren't interested in that guy, and then you were like, oh, I mean, you know, I'm trying not to be mean and say like, no, not really, or whatever.
Yeah, people get salty because they get, I know, it's
yeah,
cringe.
so someone in the chat brings up a good point. I mean, like, that's one of the ways where it's like, you know, that person is
Can't
like,
take.
it's like isn't it's like they show how much of a good decision it was that you denied them because of how they took it, right?
Exactly.
So what if someone took it like a champ and someone was like, hey, you know, I totally understand what you're saying, or I get it, like, sure, fine, okay, no problem, I hope you have a nice day, you know, whatever. Try to make it weird, especially if they're at the fucking gym and saying something like something like, you know, I hope you don't think it's any weird if I ever see you at the gym, you know, I understand, blah blah blah, and then they just fucking go, right? That's a graceful exit.
And also, like, I'm pretty sure it goes for girls and guys. Majority of the time, they don't want to be disturbed if they're in the middle of their workout. Like, you have to find a good time. If they're like resting between sets, like, you know, people that go to the gym, resting between sets, or just like getting water, or like, you know, coming out of the locker room and you catch them, like, that would be a good time, because they're probably not doing anything with that small period of time. Introduce yourself, let them know that you exist. Right? So sometimes you like look around the gym and you see so many people, you can't really get a good impression of like someone, just because there's so many people everywhere, and it's hard to just grab the person's attention because there's so many people in the gym. And introduce yourself, go about your workout. Go about your workout, introduce yourself, and you know, just because you introduce yourself, next time they come in the gym, they see you, they're like, hey, that person introduced themselves to me. Gotcha. I'm gonna pay attention to them more compared to those that I don't know. Right.
Especially if it was a good like introduction or whatever. They'd be like, oh, you know, there's that person, you know, he was nice, he wasn't fucking weird.
I like your shoes. Yeah, like, I love when people compliment
on my fucking god. Are you a shoe beast or a fucking hype beast with the shoes?
I'm just like, you know,
you got the Nike sponsorship?
Speaking of shoes, oh my gosh. So I'm not sure how many of you guys that's gonna be on the stream goes to this
the gym. Oh wow, okay.
Katy, that I always go to, but there's this guy, this old man. He will always work out without shoes. Like, you would just see him walk on the treadmill with no shoes on.
Whoa, so there's a fucking caveman at the gym.
Literally, like, and he's my people. Okay. Okay. And you just see him pressing on the Smith machine with no shoes on. I'm telling you. Okay, you know how? Okay, I'm not gonna.
Wait, like,
okay,
leg
you know
press,
you leg press, but like on the Smith machine. So like you're literally all the way 90 degrees, and his feet was just on the thing.
Straight contact.
Straight contact was like, I'm like,
you have to use protection if you're gonna do shit like that. Like, come on.
I mean, protection first, guys. I'm just saying.
Amen.
Protection first.
Sponsored by. No, okay.
I bet that's good for your feet. I mean,
they're being silly. That's crazy. That's so silly. Why are your people? No, anyway. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's insane.
This is a very social distance.
Oh my god, it's fine. Look,
I agree.
It's fine enough. I washed my hands before she walked in. No, I didn't. But yes, okay. So So do you have any good, like, has anyone actually been at the gym and, like, not been weird? Like, has anyone ever came up to you respectfully, like, hello, ma'am, I see you have a bodacious bod. I just wanted to say hi. And then, like,
if someone said that, I'll be like, bodacious.
Bodacious
okay.
bod.
Thanks. Someone. I feel like the most respectful way that I have like ever got approached from someone is like.
Wait, in the gym or in general?
In the gym.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Because I want to get to that.
Yeah, for sure. Outdoor too. But in the gym, I feel like the most just natural way to be approached is like, hey, dude, like that's a cool belt, or like, you know, cause
okay.
Like, I carry a lot of like gym equipment or on my
stays strapped
all the time. But if someone compliment me on like just asking if I need help with like the weights or anything, because like, you know, when you just get tired of like lifting, you're like, oh, so like the weight is on the bar, I don't want to take it off.
Gotcha. And
then like someone wants to help you, and I would think that's really nice way to just start a conversation, or just, you know, talking about a good workout that you have like tried and that's been effective. If someone's really enjoys working out and just lifting in general, they would probably want to hear about that. And
so stuff that's not directly tied to how they look.
No, like you don't want to go up to a girl and be like, man, I like your face.
Okay.
Like,
okay. Sure. Which is probably good advice outside of the gym.
Yeah.
But the gym, so that's what I was saying earlier, is like the gym is so, like, especially as a girl, like, I imagine there are girls, like, there's just not horror stories, but like, there's just so many stories about like, oh my god, there's a cute girl that goes to my gym and I don't know how to approach her, if I should, or blah blah blah, because it's such a thing.
I don't want to talk to anybody at the gym. Yeah, for
Someone's
sure.
saying that in the chat.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
It's like when you're there, you're like business mode. So people tuning in, I mean, so like you said, like you have that, like, you know, you kind of have like a resting bitch face, and you're like, meh, like whatever.
Too afraid of squatting.
They're talking. Okay, we're gonna do a gym podcast later. No. But right, so because you know you're there to work out.
Yeah,
you're not necessarily there to meet people.
And it was like the time of pandemic right now. It's very hard for you to just want to like spark a conversation with someone, because like everyone wants just like get.
Everyone's wearing their mask. You know, imagine coming up like, hey, I think you have a bodacious
You will be
bod.
surprised. You will be surprised.
I think you have a bodacious bod.
Okay, not talking about the gym, but like I'm surprised how many people go up to you or like just check you out, even though you have a mask on.
It's all eyes. It's like
with my chinky eyes, I'm about to say. But like, I don't get how you can check someone out and be like, oh yeah, I like her face. Like,
they're not looking at your face, Lana. I'm gonna just say it. I'm sorry. I'm just
like, what if they're like, coming up to you like that? Like,
I mean, hey, look, like, people are still horny. Okay, just because it's quarantine and Corona doesn't mean they're still not gonna be. People are still gonna walk up to you and be like, hey,
you trying to get someone?
I'm just saying. That's so fucking silly. That's so crazy. I really wanted to hear your take on the whole thing, because it's like, that's such a thing. Like, for any guys, you know, the 1-2 people in the chat that may go to the gym. No, I'm kidding. I don't even fucking go to the gym anymore. But like, that's such a thing. It's like, oh, there's a girl at the gym. What do I say?
This person said talking at the gym is, hey, how many more reps do you got? Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah. Facts.
See, they get it.
Facts.
See,
that's a fact. And be like, your ass been sitting on that machine for way too long. You need to get your ass out of here.
But don't clean up the sweat.
No, please clean up after yourself. Wipe everything down. I don't want your like cooties.
Ma'am, can you please not clean that bench? I'm about to use it after you.
I did work out at home. Listen, can you get off the phone, please? Oh my goodness!
I'm resting. No. I'm resting. If I'm on my phone at a machine, I'm resting.
I'm still gonna be talking about gym, but I always visit China every like twice a year or like once a year, and the gym there is just so much more different. The girls will be literally sitting. Okay, you know, like when I'm trying to work my glutes or whatever, I'm trying to get to the machine and make sure the pump is real, okay?
Yeah.
And this girl just sitting there watching and texting her.
And they're just like,
man. And then be like, and I'm like, okay, WeChat? Nice. Okay, talking to your girlfriend? Nice.
Weibo and WeChat.
But man, is it superficial?
I don't know.
Superficial.
I think they're talking about.
It is a leg day. Or you're my way.
That's crazy. So they're just like hogging the machines, like not even doing it, and you're there like, I'm trying to be a monster.
I'm trying to freaking.
She's not trying to go out there dancing with the. Not just dancing. What is it the old people do in the square? They'll be like.
Oh, Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something that I do with my grandma all the time. You know, gotta.
The chakras.
With the chi.
The chi. I'm sorry.
You basically said it was superficial. There.
It's fine. It's fine.
No. But at the gym, a very interesting fact that all the ladies do is that in China they love to use a blow dryer for something else that you're not. They dry hair. Off? They dry hair, all right.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
not up here.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying, like there will be moments where I walk inside the locker room
and it's just
they're just
full blown.
They're just blowing it.
Holy shit.
I'm telling, they're just blowing it away.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I'm just like...
They're just fucking...
Nice. No shave.
Jesus Christ.
No shave all year. Not no shave November. I'm saying, no shave all year.
Oh my God.
No offense to my Asian people, but
wait, have you... Okay, so we could switch topics a little. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So you go there out often, but do you ever like go out while you're out there?
Yes, I do go out.
And when are we... And follow-up question. When the fuck am I going with you next?
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to go.
Go ahead and get... Oh, actually the Houston... Embassy is closed right now.
Oh, I saw that news. We won't. Okay, that's
when
for
the embassy opens, you're more than
when the embassy is the remains of the embassy. No, I know. Yeah, I think the news about that.
So
anyway,
whenever they open, we can go ahead and just travel.
I'm down. Okay. But so what's like the nightlife out there? You go to Shanghai.
Shanghai. So like the nightlife there, it's very interesting. It's kind of like New York when you think about it. So like there's always gonna be stores open 24/7, and then there's always gonna be food that you can like go and like enjoy with like your friends,
like 3 a.m.
with like with some like beers or alcohol, and then drinking there on the street is legal, so you can literally just buy some like alcohol and just drink on the street.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Even glass and stuff. Like,
yeah, even glass. You can just like hold it in your hand as long as you're not like disturbing other people.
Gotcha.
So those are interesting, but like if you were like a foreigner, like I mean I lived here for like a good amount of time, so when I go back to visit, like I kind of feel like a foreigner.
Okay.
And whenever you go back, it's definitely different culture shock, even though I was born there and everything.
Okay.
So like they want someone that's shorter.
Really?
Yeah, they prefer shorter girls.
Well, I mean, aren't they like on average shorter? Like the guys there, aren't they on average shorter?
Actually, they've been like kind of like a good amount of height. They're probably like a little bit like just a little bit shorter than you.
But they want short girls?
They want short girl because they want that like nice height difference. And they prefer a girl that's like more petite. Like I mean that's common,
Sure.
They prefer a girl that's more petite, and unless you're like into the gym or everything, they want someone that's like, oh yeah, swole house,
Really?
But like
and
not swole to the point where like they're swoller than the man.
Yeah, their biceps bigger than the dude's head or whatever.
But they want someone like that's not as like slim.
Okay, sure, they get it. They get that people like work out and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
A very interesting encounter that I had in China was that one day I was just walking on the street, right? I was visiting my grandma, and this man chased me a street down, and he was like, "Excuse me, miss," and I'm like, "Okay." Like first I'm being approached by a Chinese man.
You're like, what the fuck?
And then I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "I just think that you're very my ideal type. Can I have your WeChat?" And I'm like, sorry, I don't live in China. No, I don't live in Shanghai. I'm about to go back.
You won't believe me, but trust.
He was like, but still give me your WeChat so we can like talk and everything. And I'm like, okay. And then he started following me a street down because I kept on walking because I don't want to talk to strangers.
Like, what the fuck is
in
happening?
China?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, just give it to me, please. And I was like, okay, so I gave it to him and I deleted him after. Sorry.
Wow, that's crazy. Wait. So this person was how fast was it, or how far did they chase you? Like It's like
a good 5 minutes.
God damn.
Who the hell says ideal time? I don't know. I guess the guys in China do. Like, he literally said, you're who I wanna take as a wife or
Holy
like
fuck.
a girlfriend. And I'm like,
He was like, that's
sorry.
it. I found her, my wife.
Yeah, and then he was this guy that looked like he had long black hair, like mid parted, and I'm just like,
He was just, I was fucking.
I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but you're not my type.
Holy
Like, I don't want to say anything like that.
They're bold out there, bro. He found wifey material and he wanted it.
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh
I pretend I didn't speak much Chinese.
You were like, oh, sorry, you won't believe this. I'm actually
not Chinese. I'm actually Caucasian.
Yeah, right. I'm from Mexico. No.
Yeah, just my skin color.
That's crazy.
Sure.
Man, I've heard, so when I was out there in Japan, not in like China, but like I've heard that the nightlife in like kind of East Asia and that area is kind of different than it is here. So like I hear that and from my experience, it's a little bit more kind of welcoming, kind of a little bit more like inviting and stuff. Where like here, if you go out, everyone kind of stays together and people aren't really super duper talking, depending on where you're trying to go. I don't know if that
really. I feel like in China when I go out at night, depending on where you go, for sure.
Sure.
Like if you were going to like the raves, the bars, just freaking fucking shit up.
Crazy ass, yeah.
Like people are very touchy. Like I'm not sure about like here, but like people are very touchy in like China. There was this girl I went to my first club in China a couple years back, and I was like, oh yeah, nightlife. Let me just F things up because I'm not paying for bottles.
Go hard in the paint.
I wasn't paying for bottles, but like I was just going there with my friends.
That's the thing, man. No, never mind. You
girls,
go.
Girls at bottoms?
I'm not gonna say anything.
No, go ahead. Girls don't pay for bottles.
So my girlfriend tells me all the fucking time how she
said that. I was like, oh no.
All the time I hear stories of how like, yeah, so we went out and this guy bought us drinks one time, and I'm just like, bruh.
Actually,
you hearing my girlfriend in the background?
I went to Vegas for a weekend. Didn't spend any money on alcohol at all.
Yeah, so my girlfriend's saying in the background that she went to Vegas and she didn't spend any fucking money on alcohol.
Nope.
I'm not sure about Vegas. I feel like that's a thing though. Like if guys will buy you drinks in Vegas.
I mean, so Lan, when you go out, do guys buy you drinks often or not?
Yeah, they buy.
I mean,
they buy me drinks.
Oh, come on, guys! Why are you not buying her drink?
No, I mean, it's very. I tend to not drink as much when I go out. Like so, like
you're smart and responsible.
That's just like I'm but I just don't drink as much. So, but there are occasions where guys offer to buy drinks,
like,
or you can just pimp out your friends, like what I'm saying.
So like people who may or may not be in chat. Okay, fine. what I forget what we were talking about. You were in Shanghai, and then someone was gonna buy you a drink or something.
No, we were just. I went with my friends.
Yeah.
And then one of our friend is like, he's like a baller or whatever.
Okay, sure.
So he's like, let me just freaking like get alcohols, and we were pimp out. Tasha, no, not you. I wouldn't pimp you out. I got you. But we were just at the section, and there would be girls that literally come from just right after work. They were still in their like work clothes and everything, and they were getting super drunk. And what
was this, like a Tuesday? This was like a weekend?
It was a Thursday night.
Okay.
It was a Thursday night. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, you don't work next day or something. But this girl literally came up to our table. For some reason, they love to dance on table in China, okay? They love to grab you on a table and be like, oh, yeah, fuck shit up. But, like, this girl came onto our table and started dancing on me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow, sure. Like, oh yeah.
She got on the table?
Yeah, she got on the table right
she
next
did,
to me.
and you're just there like, man.
And she was grabbing onto me and everything, and I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, sure, fun time. But later on, she was trying to like kiss me.
Oh.
And
she's like, you have a bodacious butt.
No, but the thing. But the thing is that she came with her boyfriend.
I mean, hey.
Like, her boyfriend was like, hey, like, your bag is right here. And, like, you know, come and get your bag.
And she's trying to mack on you? Listen.
I mean,
no comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Sure.
They were
no comment for sure. But,
That's fun. That's fun. So they're real touchy-feely-ish?
Touchy-feely-ish, for sure. I wrote down a few things that, like, I would want to. Oh, okay. A funny encounter at the gym, because you know you just see all type of people at the gym. There was this old grandpa that lived in my neighborhood in China. Okay. And then I didn't know that he lived in my neighborhood. I always just see him working out. And he did this workout where literally all of his motion is like the same. So when he does biceps, he does this, right? When he does when he do the leg press, he does it like very crazy. Yeah. And then so I couldn't help myself but to film him.
I think I remember. Did you put this on social media? I think I do know what you're talking about.
I couldn't help myself
like,
but to film him, right?
Because
you just see him like curling the bar like this, and me with my innocent man and mind, I'm just like, oh, what do you call that? Salad toss.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I posted on my social media and I was like, oh yeah, toss the salad workout. And then just to have my friends tell me, Lan, did you know what tossing salad means? And I was like, no.
You're like, what do you mean? I eat salad all the time.
What do you mean tossing salad?
I eat salad all the time.
Is this supposed to mean something? And he was like, I'm not gonna tell you. And I'm like, no, I need to know. And so of course I search up Urban Dictionary, and
the best source of all things that you don't know what means.
Best source for sure.
So
best source for sure.
You're like, he's not tossing my salad. He is fucking.
No,
so silly.
I mean, he's not tossing anybody's salad. But
that's so fucking ridiculous.
And also when I have a TikTok.
Oh,
but
wait, you have a TikTok?
In China. Yeah. So the Chinese TikTok, okay? And every single... I always post my workout content on there. I don't really use TikTok in the States. There will be...
Sure, you're on a list somewhere is what you're saying.
There will be numerous times where someone would DM you and ask you to be their sugar babies.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sugar babies. And, you know, I'm like, ooh, that looks promising. $5,000 a month? Okay. And then so there was this man, like, for some reason I read his DM. Like, it just sparked my interest. For some reason, like, something about that DM and just made me say, Lan, read that shit, okay? I opened it and it said, hey, I'm willing to give you $10K for a month. Monthly, just do what I asked you to do, and $10K a month. And I'm gonna give you 3 months ahead of time. And the rest just come every month to your account.
What the
fuck?
And
then so I was like, so I want to just mess with him. I'm like, okay, let me hear more about this. I'm like, oh, okay, where's this going? And he was like, you know, just for your security, like, I would want you to meet up with me and say that you lost your ID. Say that you lost your Chinese ID, and we will go to the police station to confirm that you're the person that you say you are.
Oh, he wanted to... Wow,
He wanted to meet in front of a bank or a police station. Yeah. To make sure that we are real, okay? Like, we're real people. Right. That was was a real identity. And I'm just like... Okay, that's weird, you know? And I'm like, why a police station? And he's like, oh, you know, just want to make sure that we're
He wanted to confirm that you weren't catfishing him or something.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, well, interesting, but no thanks. Although I do feel kind of sad that I had to turn down that $10K offer.
Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, just fucking email him your ID. Be like, look, motherfucker, I just take a picture with your ID. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
You should have made that money. Come on. Listen, y'all.
What am I gonna do? What if he's some creepy ass dude that'd be like, let me just
for $10,000 a month, you could be as creepy as you fucking want.
No one is gonna want to tie you up for $10,000. Let's be honest. Like,
I'm
no
just
one.
saying, bro.
No one should tie you up.
You should have known he was serious because he wanted to make sure his money was going to where he thought it was going. That's how you know he was serious, bro. It was about to go down. I'm saying, bro, listen, y'all. I will happily be an OnlyFans or sugar daddy, baby, whatever the fuck.
I don't think Rafa will approve.
Manager. No, I'll manage it, bro. Because y'all ladies, you just need someone to help behind the scenes sometimes. Like, I would have been like, make that money, 10K, 5K. I'll take a small cut.
10K? I mean,
Bruh.
10K for like doing whatever they want to do to you?
We'll set up limits, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Rich people.
And we'll call it OnlyFans now.
Rich dude, like in China, is insane.
Yeah.
I have this friend that's into photography and everything. So he has all of these like source to like, you know, popular like just IG famous kind of like, you know, internet famous girls,
models,
who are, like,
influencers.
who are like, you know, like all cute and stuff.
Yeah.
And this guy will always contact my friend to ask for hot girls. Okay, this might gross you out if you're eating, so make sure you guys spit the food out.
Wait, what the fuck?
But he will contact him to ask for like these specific girls that's like super like good looking, and to fly them out to his city, just so. You just finished eating. I'm sorry.
No, he's good,
just
he's good.
so he can feed them whatever he wants them to eat, for them to poop it out.
Okay, I'm leaving.
And feed it to him.
Oh!
I'm telling you!
What the fuck?
It's crazy. Like,
How much money? Wait, how much money? Not enough money was the correct answer. What the fuck?
Oh, no, I didn't ask about the details.
What the fuck?
I didn't ask about the details of how much he would pay.
Y'all nasty.
But he would like feed them these things and want them to poop it out and like feed it to him.
What the fuck? Wait, that's the photographer guy with the money?
No, that's the photographer guy who told me that's a friend. But like the rich guy is in like Beijing or something.
What the? Oh, Beijing. You know how those people.
Beijing.
But
yeah,
the palaces?
I was the Forbidden Palace.
Yeah, that's in Beijing.
Yeah, that's in Beijing.
I'm fucking cultured as shit, Chad. Come on.
Oh
keep
my
going.
gosh.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to flex a little. Yeah.
Sounds like easy money. I mean, like, could you
easy
really,
money?
could you really like watch this man and be like, oh, here's my poop. Here you go.
This is the worst.
It's a little soft today, but I'm sorry. It's because of oyster that you made me eat last night. Like, could you really do that? What if you're lactose intolerant and you're just eating cheese? You just
So, Chad,
get everything out.
Chad, I apologize. I didn't think it was gonna go like this. I thought it was gonna be nice and wholesome. But no dollar amount. So I want to know the dollar amount, because like if you start talking dollar amount, I could be like, okay.
I think at least like 5 to 10K for sure. For one pooperoo.
I don't think one poop session. No, we're done. No, okay.
No, but like you're getting paid.
No shit.
To take a dump.
Yeah, you're getting paid for what you do every day or every other day.
You're getting paid to take a dump.
Fuck that.
Just like
that's horrible.
I'm just saying,
that's
like,
horrible. I can't. That's fucking disgusting.
Right. And literally, I was listening to my friend while like I was eating dinner. Like, just imagine that.
Jesus.
I had to stop myself.
Uh-oh. Someone said, I've been suffering yellow fever for 20 years now. So that's a great segue. Thank you. Yellow fever.
Yellow fever.
So if you don't know and you're listening, my friend Lan Yang is actually indeed Asian.
No shit.
So Lan, what's your experience with that? Do you have any,
yellow fever?
What's that like? Any weird people that are like,
ooh. I feel like the yellow fever thing, I have not really had like much experience.
Okay.
People don't really come across and just be like, hey, I only date Asian. Like, so. Oh, but I do have like DMs where people are like, oh, I've been always dating Asians. I'm only attracted to Asians.
Okay.
And like, oh, I love that they're wifey materials. And I'm like, bitch, that look like I cook. I mean, I do cook.
You're actually an amazing fucking baker and the sort,
but don't just just approach an Asian girl, be like, oh yeah, I like you because of
Sure.
your skin color.
Sure.
You know, that's kind of like, that's kind of offensive in my opinion.
What do you, okay, so, no, that's good,
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel about, so, people obviously have preferences, though.
Preference, for sure.
So do you think there's like a line where preference kind of gets crossed, and then it gets into weird, people like to say like fetishization territory,
Mm-hmm.
yellow fever territory, right? Because it's one thing to appreciate or have like, I kind of go for whatever versus preferences,
okay.
right? I don't know. What do you think?
So I feel like everyone has preference, like you said. You have your choices of like who you are more attracted to, like regardless of your color, your personality, whatever that you're looking for. But there is a point across where the stereotype for Asian women usually are submissive.
Sure. Yep.
They're more
Yep.
submissive.
Yep.
They're more like, kept to themselves, not really like outspoken.
Yeah.
They listen more. Like that idea of like women, Asian women, that need to be just like put aside.
The stereotype.
Because like, every girl is different.
Yep.
And just because you're a certain race does not mean that you're gonna behave the way that the stereotypical image they have for the certain group. And so like when you date an Asian girl, just expecting them to listen to everything you say, not wanting to make their own opinions, want to be submissive, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cook for you, open your bath waters,
Thank you.
like don't expect that from like
That's where it's an issue, when people start going to stereotype territory and they stop looking at someone as an individual and they see them as like, oh, they're Asian, and then having those expectations or whatever.
Oh,
Someone's being crazy. Don't worry.
But having the expectation of like how a certain group should act, that's dumb. That takes into like not just dating, but in general, like interaction with people. Just because like they're a certain color does not mean that they're gonna behave a certain way.
100%.
Yeah, that's
100%.
generalizing, and don't generalize and don't assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me. So we are not gonna do that.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I just wanted to ask because it seems like such a thing that it's definitely not unique to only Asian women. I'm sure tons of other ladies
people,
get
for
it.
sure.
Like, oh, Latina women, they all have great legs and wonderful asses and shit like that.
As you stare at your girlfriend.
No comment.
She does have a great ass.
Oh. She's not listening, bro. She has her AirPods on. She's not listening. Baby. Oh.
What's up?
Nothing. We weren't. No, we didn't.
Nothing.
So anyway.
Tune in and see if you just.
No, maybe. No, it's a good point. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, sure.
It's very interesting because it's always something you hear. And me and my friend, I had a friend, he was Asian, and we would always, so we worked at JCPenney, we'd always like point out oh, it's a white guy with an Asian girl again. Shit like that.
Speaking of
so
that,
fucking funny.
I think it's like very interesting that people think that a lot of Asian girls are more attracted to they're more attracted to white guys or just like
debunk it.
Someone that's not their race, right?
Okay.
At first, not gonna lie, I thought about, hey, I'm not gonna date Asian guys.
Okay.
Because my reasoning is not because they're not attracted to me, but it's more because I have an image of like them only being attracted to a certain type of Asian girls. Like I am more like, I'm taller than the majority of the Asian, and then I'm more bigger built,
more bodacious,
and so it's very hard for me to consider myself to be acceptable for Asian guys.
Sure. Okay. You were kind of like, oh, you're already counting yourself out. Like, oh, they
I
probably
was
don't
like
go
always
for me.
cutting myself out and thinking that, hey, like even if I like this Asian guy, I'm not gonna have a chance.
Gotcha.
Because they prefer someone smaller or like more petite, cute, like, and that's not who I am. I'm more like, yeah, let's light these up, let's just get this shit done and everything.
Lan definitely has opinions. She's very
outspoken.
Wonderful. Yeah, no, I got you.
So like that's the only reason why I didn't look into like dating Asian guys before. But like I feel like once you grow older and just you mature a little bit more, you realize that like you should be more attracted to, like, of course you should be attracted to the person's physical thing in order to want to get to know them, but you should be more attracted to their personality and everything. And
Your
I'm not saying this
change.
to be like, saying this to be like, oh yeah, you know, I don't care my looks.
I've transcended.
But yeah, but like I'm just saying that you should prioritize different things as you mature, and it's not about like, you know, they look yellow or brown or whatever color. It's about the person who you connect with on a personal level.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
I see what you're saying, and it's probably a thing too of you becoming more confident in who you are, and instead of being like, oh, they won't like me because of how I look, it's like, you know, I look the way I look and I look great and blah blah blah, blah, you know.
For sure, confidence, self-awareness, you know, confidence is definitely a key because you have to, like, honestly, I always talk about this with my best friend Tasha. But you have to be confident in yourself and love yourself in order for other people to accept who you are, for sure.
Right. Right. That's true. And yeah. No, that's a good point. I know that I feel like you've mentioned before, or at least I feel like I've heard you say before about how, you know, at some point you were really thinking, or at some point the stereotypes of how Asian women should be and how you yourself look kind of got to you sometimes, maybe, or maybe when you would be traveling abroad, people would say certain things.
Yes, for sure. So growing up in China, I was bullied because I was considered like fat or like bigger, and that's very common, and I feel like it's very sad to witness that happening even more in China now because the pressure of just how you should, you know, have your image change. Was plastic surgeries, was it being more convenient and everything.
Gotcha.
That people are very shallow in a way of how you should be treated based on your looks. And so whenever I go back to China, I see all these girls having their nose done, having their eyelids, you know, double eyelid, shaved face.
Gotcha.
And like all these Botox and everything, and it's very hard to just portray yourself as beautiful based on their beauty standard.
Okay.
And
so you're thinking the culture there is becoming a lot more, or it's becoming a little bit more widespread where people are having different kind of...
Yeah, and then I mean, it's very good that like people are accepting of like plastic surgeries.
Okay.
And like, you know, you have the will to change how you look.
Yep.
And that's like completely up to you, and I applaud you for like wanting to go through with that. But it also has a negative effect on like how girls who choose not to do surgeries,
it can,
to affect them because they think that they're not beautiful enough to like...
Okay, so you're wearing like the standards of people who are able to and decide to go take these like different surgeries or different aesthetic changes, could potentially change the way people who can't or don't to see themselves potentially.
Yes.
It just depends. I mean,
yeah, for sure. And also, like, with your family, especially when you have an Asian family, it's very hard for them to accept that you want to have like a more healthier image. Like, I have my family tell me that, hey, Asian girls, Chinese girls don't look good with a butt. And they're like, oh, like, who will want an Asian girl looking like you? I mean, sometimes my mom still say that, like, just, you know, no, yeah, my mom is great, but, you know, she kind of say things without, like, really thinking about it, because she's, like, more straightforward with me. But there are times where she's like, oh, like, why are you like lifting so much? Like,
you're in the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours every single day. Wow.
Yeah, she's like, oh, why are you like doing this much? You need to be more like a girl. You should not have like rough like calluses on your hands.
You could probably bench press your mom a lot.
Probably.
Like
she's okay. I think last time I weighed myself, I was like a 145, and my mom is like 100 pounds. Like, I don't know how she even popped me out, but
that's
like,
so funny.
Yeah.
That's like a serious thing. Is like people probably like having that idea.
Who is that? Someone typed in Chinese.
What does it say? We're doing a Chinese.
Babi. That means like
Ching or King?
Jing Gang Babi. That means like swole Barbie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the first symbol is I don't know, gold.
Yeah. But
God,
when
I'm
you say,
so fucking cultured. Keep going.
but like when you say Jinggang, that means like a swole, like a buff person.
I'm so
But
fucking cultured.
Oh, you're so cultured.
I'm so
proud
fucking
of you.
cultured. Welcome to
Cultured.
the I don't even know the something from Mars. I have all my names are all puns
oh
and stuff.
my gosh, but yeah, it's very hard when you're just so used to the lifestyle that you want to live to be not judged by
And not accepted by family. I mean, I'm sure that's probably hard. Is like hearing family members of yours maybe saying like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you're just too bodacious."
sure.
Ah.
But the thing is that they don't say it with like a negative like intention, and so like
They're worried that you won't like find your nice Chinese husband or something.
Yeah, something like that. But it's like growing up, the comment that you see like from your families and things, like meeting them for holidays, they'll be like, "Oh, you gained a little bit of weight," and I'm just like, "Oh, no shit." Like, it's very hard to just be like,
Gotcha.
yeah, put on a few pounds or whatever. But they think of it as a compliment.
That's so
Like, and it's very weird.
looking kind of healthy.
Looking kind of chubby,
That's
your face,
insane.
aw, so cute, and then they kind of squeeze your face, and I'm just like,
Chill out.
yeah, for sure.
That's amazing.
Hispanic family do that too. At least mine does. Facts. I feel like Hispanic and Chinese family, they're more family oriented, and it's
For
like,
sure, yeah.
It's like very similar,
Yeah.
but
That's awesome. That's so funny.
it is very different. When I first came to the States, like I struggled like a good amount of time just like trying to like fit in more, and then just want to like start a new like image for myself, or
Okay.
like things like that. And I know for like a long time I struggled with how I look like physically, and so I'm not sure like if you noticed, but like the 4 like years of like high school times together, I was
she was my prom date. If you weren't here when I mentioned that earlier.
I was always looking like a stick because I struggled with like bulimia and everything, and that kind of like took a toll on me just because of comments that like my family or like back in China when I was bullied because of my weight would do. And then so just like side note, guys, please like be kind and just nice, because like not everyone is like strong enough to take your small comment that you think has no harm sometimes.
Right.
And like just sometimes people like would take it to heart, and it just sit with them without them realizing. And so yeah.
No, I got
How
you.
long have you been living in the States? I've been living in the States for like, man, I came here when I was like 14.
Really?
14.
Oh wow.
Like 10, 11 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure. So that's interesting. I mean, the way you're like built now, I'm sure here in America, everyone's like, "Oh, that's great." But so like in China, you're saying that really. Well, I don't know. So I mean, in China, do you think you get the same kind of
Compliments?
ish from outsiders or people like in the wild? I don't know.
People in the wild, I feel like they still like look at me a little differently, because I don't go by the beauty standard or fashion standard in China. I mean, I do like to dress up, but I'm very comfortable in my gym clothes, okay? I go everywhere in my
she's
gym
wearing
clothes.
leggings right now, so I mean, if that gives her gym, whatever.
Gym attire.
Yeah.
But like it's very rare to see a girl walking out confidently with their gym attire. People will be like, "Oh, that thing's why you're wearing that."
I bet she didn't air blow her hoo-ha. Ugh.
Oh my god, we're just drying it off here. But no, people look at you very differently if you're wearing gym clothes in China on the street. Like, they're like, is she really going to the gym, or is she just wearing it to get attention?
That's so silly.
Like, there will be times where older people are just looking at me on the subway like, ugh, what the fuck is she wearing? And I'm just like, minding my own business, looking at my phone, pretending that there's someone texting me.
Checking TikTok.
Checking TikTok in China. But yeah, it's very, people like to dress little more formal
Sure.
sometimes. I mean, there's still gonna be people coming out their house in their pajamas, okay?
Jeez.
But the pajamas in China is like a little different compared to like what we wear, like a t-shirt or anything. They have like the whole gown and dress and everything. Like
There's pajamas?
pajamas.
What
They
the fuck?
sleep in it and they walk out in it. I mean, like,
I'm gonna have to Google
up to
some
you.
Chinese pajamas.
Chinese pajamas. Man, have you not seen the post that I posted on Instagram with my like freaking bunny ear pajama?
Your Instagram
Chinese
yin yang lift? No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Chinese pajamas? No, no one wears that. No, there's no way.
They don't wear this shit?
There's no.
No?
They don't wear that out.
What the fuck do they? What are Chinese pajamas? Are
Chinese
these just like
like,
stereotypical fucking?
Stereotypical like wedding pajamas. The lace kind. Yes, the lace kind. I'm telling you, the one where like long sleeve and lacy, be like, oh, I'm a
Yeah,
princess.
whatever you say, I guess. I don't know.
Like they wear the princess type kind of pajamas to go out, but they don't get judged for that. So why should I get judged for wearing leggings?
For wearing fucking leggings, that's so
Yeah.
silly. I mean, I guess maybe it's like a traditional, more like, oh, you should
You know,
present yourself.
present
in a
myself
certain
like a
way.
little bit more like, you know, formal, I
Okay.
guess. But yeah, so
That's so funny. Have you ever been out and about and people have like I don't know if you get this a lot. I don't know if you go out a lot, but times that you have, or do you have any stories of guys who maybe have come up to you while you were just out and about, not in the gym?
okay, yeah. So recently I
You were wearing a mask. You were looking like this, like
I was looking like this, you know, like literally I didn't even take my mask off, and I had those just the typical like in what the fuck am I saying?
yeah. What are you saying?
I don't know.
They had the
Hold on.
They didn't have
tequila
masks.
is like hitting.
Bro, you had 2 shots. I had
No,
2 shots.
I
Also,
had
we'll take more
4.
shots if y'all
I had
sub.
4 shots.
What the fuck? Okay, keep going. What the fuck? Are you taking? Today's stream is sponsored by Espolon. If you're listening, Espolon Tequila.
No.
Tequila Blanco.
No, okay, so like I was out and about having like the regular just surgical mask on.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
okay. Yeah. The regular,
The
yeah.
regular ones, not the N95 or
I
whatever.
have a SpongeBob mask. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm fancy. It's fine.
Wow, that's so cool. But I was out and about, and I was meeting with 2 of my friends to like just having a brunch
Yeah,
outdoors.
sure.
And I walked in, you know, minding my own business, like not looking at anybody. And I came out, met my friends, we sat on a table, we were talking,
Yep.
and I still had my mask on because, you know, I was gonna go in and out. Be like, oh yeah, how's your day? How's the weather? Oh my god, the weather is so nice. It's fucking hot out here.
Yeah.
And this man just like walks by us, and I'm like, oh, came out of nowhere, literally.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, hi. And he just looked at me, and he was like, oh, hey, like, do you come here a lot?
What the fuck?
Are you always in this area? And I'm like,
What's your zip code and address and social security?
I'm like, no, I'm like not always here, because of course I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm here all the time.
Right,
See me
sure.
Another day.
What the fuck?
So I'm just like, there was my girls. Obviously he sees that, and he was just making chats, you know, and saying that, oh, what do you like to do? Like standing there talking to me with my mask on, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, like, you know, making conversation. Because, okay, one
It's
thing
like the
I
gym when you
don't
couldn't
know-
tell that guy
Yeah,
that-
one thing I don't know how to do properly is that I don't know how to reject people without, like, feeling like I'm hurting their feelings.
Right.
And so he was still standing there talking to me, and I'm like, okay, making small talk. Oh, like, what do you usually do? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like this and that. And then he was like, well, like I was wondering, like, if you want to like just grab this, like sometimes. And I'm just like,
Bruh.
man, I'm with my girls.
Where it's still masked up.
Still has mask on. I'm like, I'm with my girls, okay? And then he was like, oh, okay. And that's when my good friend Tammy was like, she's not interested. And I was like, oh God, thank God for saving me, because I did not know what to do. And
Tammy
I'm just
said,
like,
fam, keep it fucking moving.
fam,
Yo.
head out.
That's a
Bye.
good friend. That's a good friend.
And then he just disappeared. Literally, he disappeared.
Didn't he like show up randomly? And then
No, he disappeared into like literally out of nowhere. He was gone.
That's so
Like crazy.
What the fuck? So this was y'all standing outside getting ready to go into this brunch spot, or y'all were already like in the brunch spot?
We were at the brunch spot outside waiting to order our food.
Gotcha.
And they were like being so awkward, pretending that like they were looking at the menu. They were like, "Oh fuck, should we say something? Should we say something?"
Fucking every single time, bro.
And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I don't want to keep on talking. And so I'm like, I'm with my girls. And so like she got a cue. She's like, she's not interested, bro.
It's so funny because the person she's talking about is like, Tammy's like,
like we do that
tall,
to each other. There's this other time. There's like this guy who was creeping on my friend Tammy. She's like so cute. He was creeping on her, and I just see him checking her out, like, you know, the Rico Suave.
Oh, the light skin.
And then like kind of like, she looking good or whatever. And I'm just like, the fuck he looking at?
Oh no!
Excuse me?
Oh no!
And he introduced himself, and then he was like, "Hey, like my name is this. What's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Lan." And he was like, "What's your friend's name?" And I was like,
"Oh no,
she's not interested."
Oh.
And he was like, "Well, no, just to get to know her as a friend." And I was like, still not interested.
Oh, wait. So that's interesting. So you're able to do that when it's your friends.
Okay, yes. I'm able to do that for my friends, but I'm not able to do that for myself.
Interesting.
And so I'm like, yeah, excuse me. Like, no,
you fucking
thank
laid
you.
into him. You were like,
freaking
listen.
Looking like... He literally looked like a cellmate.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
He looked like me in stripes.
He was not like cleaned up or anything.
Gotcha.
He was just like...
He was looking a little rough.
Looking like he is about to fuck shit up,
you
know?
Oh, no. That's fucking amazing. That's what he was looking like. What's your friend's name?
Yeah,
That's
literally,
insane.
what's your friend's name? And I'm like... Mind your own business.
That's crazy.
But,
so when you, like you go out and it's just like your little like, you know, your gal pal, your gang, your group of friends. I mean, that's really good. I mean, I feel like it's good. You know, it's awesome that you have like a group of friends and y'all can have each other's back. Like
for sure.
Especially when you're out, because it's rough. I guess, you know, being a girl, being rough and about. If it's just like you, or maybe like you and just one other person, or maybe so.
This is why I got all my friends a little key thing.
No,
like I got the one that's thing where like you can pull like the ring out, and it start like beeping like crazy.
Oh,
you know, you gotta stay protected, stay strapped.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel about like pink mace and pink?
Oh no, mace don't really work all the time. Speaking of that, the reason why I got a mace for myself the first time was because I was leaving the gym and I got followed. Like my car was followed, and this Hispanic dude pulled up next to my car and be like, he was like smiling like that. And I'm just like, I was screaming and I was calling my best friend Tasha. I'm like, Tasha, someone's following me. And she was like, just drive around. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And so I had to like literally drive everywhere and like lose him, and because I was like, oh my god, it's legit just he was literally driving next to me and looking into my car.
Scary,
and that time my car is not even tinted, so like I'm just seeing this man staring at me and creeping on me. But then like it was 12 o'clock, but still like a girl should be able to like just drive or like just be out at 12 o'clock,
I guess. Yeah, that's fucking insane.
People are crazy. Like I know it's not just guys, but like girls as well. Sure. Sometimes you have like crazy ones, you know, the one that's a little cool. Like it goes both ways. I'm not just talking about guys, but just gotta be careful. Like guys, protect yourself too, because there's some crazy girls out there. You know?
I haven't really said this story, but there was one time I was with a cosplayer, like a guy cosplayer. We were at it was like an anime store kind of opening thing, and so there was like a guy cosplayer that was there that's kind of popular here in Houston.
Yes.
And it was so crazy because there was a girl that was kind of like there, just kind of like trying to like talk to them and try to like be like really in it, and then trying to figure out where they're gonna go next to like go up there. And it was the first time I had ever been somewhere in a situation where there was like a girl version of like what guys I usually see, you know, like a girl kind of like stalker kind of. She was just trying to like, hey, where you guys going?
I feel like girls are a little bit more like just taking their steps more now, which is like not a bad thing, but just know your boundaries, know other people's boundaries, respect that. That's how you're gonna be respected yourself. Because you need to like be respectful in order to receive the same treatment.
Sure.
Like you're not gonna be like, hey, let me get in your bubble and expect them to like, you know, like
respond like you think they will.
Respond as if like you're not a creepo for sure. So
that's it. I mean, it's kind of like you were saying before, where if, like that person that was talking to you at the gym that wouldn't get the hint, so there was there having a 45-minute conversation in nowhere. It's like if you're gonna go up to someone, make sure it's to like have an outcome, like make sure it's to do like either see if they're interested or not, and then keep it moving. And then do it respectfully. Do it like, hey, you know, blah blah blah. And then one thing you had mentioned before was saying, you know, you think a thing that's nice that guys have done is, or at least you think would be better, would be not necessarily going up and being like, oh my god, I think you're beautiful, but oh my god, you know, this thing about you is interesting or something, right?
I mean, if you're just out in the bars or anything, be like, hey, like I saw you and I find you very attractive. Like, could I get to know you more? You know, like it's a thing where you need to know when and where you say a certain thing. Like if you're just at the gym or like somewhere where you're like, you know, working, like doing your work in the Starbucks or whatever, it would be very weird for you to be like, yo, I was staring at you for a while and I'm just telling you you're fucking beautiful. Like I would be like taken back a little bit. I mean, I would be flattered, but I would be taken back, be like, why was this man watching me?
You're in the middle of a couple sets of fucking squatting and some guy's like, or like you're at your job and some guy's like, that's the thing. So to bring it back to so at anime conventions and stuff, something that I know cosplayers that I talk to hate is when they're like eating and people come up to them like, hey, can I take a picture? It's like,
that's like
I'm in the middle of me
chewing. Like, no, don't do that. I find it so awkward.
So it's the same thing of like they're not self-aware. Yeah,
for sure. Like if I'm sweating, you'd be like, oh yeah, you're so beautiful, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
All this butt crack sweat and shit. It's like, come on.
Freaking butt crack sweat. Oh my god. But yeah, for sure. Like, so I have a question for you, though. Like, as a guy,
y'all chat. Wait, I wasn't ready. What the fuck? I was interviewing you.
As a guy, what is the most like bizarre encounter you had with a girl?
I don't have. I have a friend. Oh, okay, no. Let me think. Bizarre encounter with like a girl.
Blow dryer.
Get the blow. Yeah. See, they were listening. Amen to all the people that were tuning in earlier. I don't think I've ever had. I mean,
really?
I'm not. I mean, look at me. I don't think I ever had any. I haven't had any weird encounters with like girls where girls are just kind of like super out of pocket and stuff.
So, what would be the best way for a girl to approach a guy?
Well, that's the thing. It's just so different because it's like for guys, like if any girl came up to a guy and they were like, "Oh, hey, like blah blah blah." Most guys would probably be like, holy shit, like this is like a once in a lifetime, like I don't know. I don't know.
That is very true. There's
like guys don't get approached.
There's an old saying in Chinese. It's like when a girl chases after a guy, it's just like a wall of sand, right? But when a guy chases after a girl, sometimes it's like a thick wall. So like you're saying that it's easier.
That took me a second.
It's easier for girls to chase after guys because they approach them, and you don't expect girls to do that.
100%.
So it's easier for girls to be like, oh, like let me just do what I do to get to know you.
That's very interesting. No, yeah, that's 100% right because it's like a guy getting approached by a girl. It's like, oh, what's happening? Is she getting? She's getting. It's like a prank.
There are multiple. Okay, so like I'm not just. I feel like guys who knows that they are attractive, like they're good looking and they always get approached by girls, they have the mindset that they're probably good looking already. They know that you want to get to know them. So a lot of times it will be harder for girls to like approach guys like that.
Okay, so someone who's a little maybe like too confident, maybe, or like what? Like,
So not too, I wouldn't say too confident, because like you should be confident in
Sure.
how you look, but the thing is that the way you respond or treat people, because you know that you're
so
good
an
looking,
arrogance more so.
more
I think.
arrogance for sure, more arrogance where like, oh, like she's just talking to me because like she wants to get in my pants or whatever, like
Right.
that's like a little bit too much to assume when
It kind of
someone's
puts someone
yeah.
off where if they're not, they're kind of in their own head, in their own ass. They're like, oh, another whatever trying to talk to me. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's the same thing for girls. Like if girls like
Yeah.
put you off for being, you know, if a girl's being too standoffish or something, if they're like, like whatever. To the girl's point, like she probably gets approached way more than a guy, so she has like a reason. She's like, oh, here's another fucking asshole coming up to me, right? It's like, oh.
I honestly, and I'm gonna admit that I used to think that whenever guys have come up to me like
Yeah.
randomly, like and then approach me, it is, I guess, like for girls they're just probably thinking that, oh, what do they want? Are they talking to me because like they want to like, you know, go
Kidnap
for
me,
a
murder me.
go for a, you know, a good time or whatever. But I think it's best for girls or like even guys who are like good looking to not assume that about a person.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of times where people just find you having good energy, you know, just someone that they find being very positive and want to be around
Sure.
more,
Right.
but they want to get to know you. So which sparks a question.
Okay.
Can girls and guys have a good friendship with no strings attached?
I think so.
Do you think
I mean,
so?
I think so.
Do people think so?
Yeah.
I personally think so. Like me and
Right.
Marcel, we've been friends for like a good while, and like, you know, we're chill.
Yeah.
We're chilling. But a lot of girls or guys think that like, oh, if you're friends with like a girl or opposite sex, they're
trying
must
to
be, like,
fuck.
they're trying to
They're
get
trying to
down.
fuck.
They're trying to be like going
Yeah.
to the bathroom, going to the motel,
Yeah.
going to the hotel, like going to the back of my car. You know, like
I have
it's
I have
very-
friends that very often their friends think that they're always like
Oh,
a girl
oh.
trying to bang or something just because they're friends. So I hear that
Oh,
often.
you got the good time.
Uh-oh. I know someone who gets that all the time because they can't be friends with the girl.
Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna.
So Steven, can guys and girls be friends?
Well,
Yes.
well, I mean, since I'm here, yes, they can.
Okay.
But I feel like that has to be known by both parties, because then you get those guys who hide their feelings for girls.
Yeah.
And then
that's very
and,
true.
and then the girl like yeah, we're just friends, haha, and the guy's like haha, yeah, and then he's just sad on
Yeah.
the inside,
That's very true.
and everyone can see it. But
And he's hanging around just to try to like.
yeah, he's hanging around people, and you're just like, what is he doing? You know, first he shaves his head. Like, what's he looking for?
Oh.
I'm not talking about a specific situation. Just okay, my sandwich is getting cold.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, thank you. That's
But
good.
I feel like guys and girls definitely can have like a good relationship.
Yeah.
It's just like not it doesn't have to be romantic or anything, because a lot of times like we like me, I speaking for myself, I just want to connect with someone like on an intellectual, like in like comfortable relationship.
Yeah.
Right. I think a lot of people have a hard time communicating what they really want. That's very true.
Fair enough.
Because a lot of times people are like they approach you because they're attracted to you, regardless if it's physically
Right, at a
or
face
like,
value.
at a face value, or like just like the vibe that they catch off from you. That's
Okay.
very true. You have to be attracted to your friend somehow, not like on the sexual like or physical like level.
Yeah.
To want to be their friend because you like something about them, right? That's how you become friends. The way they talk, the way they communicate. So I believe if you just like avoid the fact that like they're an opposite sex, or like even like anything, just communicating from like one person to another,
Yeah.
so on so level, like there's no issue with that, you know.
Yeah, and it also
But you
sounds
do
like
have to be clear, yeah.
right,
with that,
right.
like-
So it sounds like you would almost be more respectful of someone. Like you would think it's more respectful that someone would approach you and not necessarily be only attracted to you physically, but also say like, you know, this person, you seem cool. I would like to get to know if maybe you are cool, or maybe we can see, you know, how cool you are or not.
Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah, for sure. And also, like, I believe all like relationship starts with friendship. You have to be friends with the person. You have to be able to connect with them, like, first in order to like want to be more romantically involved. I feel like. And someone asked a question, what would you think if you came home with a guy and he had a air mattress? Air mattress.
Now, what do you think? What would you think about that?
What I think about that? Air mattress.
Air mattresses are.
I personally, I think air mattresses are fun. I mean, it just squeaks a lot if you want to do anything on it. But
like sleep, other than sleep, what would you do on a bed other than sleep?
I mean, you just sleep on it. But like, if you turn and everything, you know, it's gonna squeak because, you know, squeak and like freaking plastic.
Marz don't mind.
Air mattress. I'm just saying air mattress.
What if you came home and a guy didn't have a bed spring? No, box. The you know the
box.
Like, what if their mattress was on the floor, not with the thing in the.
Actually, it prevents you from rolling down and it hitting your head. So if you roll down, it's the floor right there. I'm just saying, you know, precautions, you know, like slip and slide, fall, like, you know, issues. You don't have to worry about that.
Jesus Christ! What if someone didn't have a headboard on their bed?
Headboard?
You know the wood thing.
Oh, I mean, headboard can be annoying sometimes. When you're just like trying to.
See, you hear that, babe? Yeah.
You don't have a headboard?
Jesus Christ, maybe not.
I mean, you should get a bed frame though.
I have. It's not on my mattress. Isn't on the floor. At least it has a little thingy that it goes on.
Whatever you.
What's it called? Not box springs, but you know the
car beds. Who has a
What
car bed?
if I had a race car bed?
What's
Formula
race car
1
bed?
You never seen it, bro? Race car bed?
Am I missing out on the potential areas where I can be doing all the goods?
No comment, but look, race car bed. You never seen these?
those are cute.
What if you had one with like a Mustang?
But I will question if he has a son.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. He's like, this must be for for his child.
Like, I mean, like, you know, like you can live your dream of living in like freaking like
Lightning
car
McQueen
beds,
bed.
but like, I just don't know if I can like.
You're like, this?
If I can hold my laugh while doing the that bed.
Okay, sure. I mean,
good time on my life.
That's
bed. But yeah, I'm not judging your race car bed
or air mattress.
I'm not judging your air mattress at all. Is it at least like a queen?
Okay.
A queen air mattress so we can roll around. But like, well, I'm not judging that. But you should probably get a good mattress just so you can sleep well at night. You know, for your own benefit, of course, not for like anything else or the girls that you bring home. But I just think that air mattress.
Land cares about the inside, not what you sleep on. Apparently,
inside.
Like the person.
Oh, okay. I was about to. Air mattress are bouncy. Good for it.
Okay.
Oh goodness, water beds. Actually, I have laid on a water bed before.
What was it
It's a very interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting, like, feel on your skin.
Sure.
It's like you're always sunken in, you know, like.
Okay.
Especially if someone is on top of you, I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be like. Stuck there drowning.
Okay.
Nah, let's not drown on a waterbed.
Shake my head.
That's not gonna happen until the beds are leaking and you drown. Well, let's get a good quality waterbed just so like no poke holes would exist.
Poke resistant waterbeds.
Okay.
I'm over it.
What is the weirdest DM you have ever received?
Me? I'm a guy. I don't get weird. My DMs are, hey, want to get followers?
Guys.
Message me, XX9XX.
What is the most interesting DMs you guys have ever gotten.
Bro, all the guy DMs are want to grow your Twitch. Like they're all, hey, sexy, wanna blah blah blah.
Yeah. Get down it. I'm so horny.
XX690 69XX.
You
No.
really
Ashley
bodacious
said,
body.
you have a bodacious body.
Just
Yeah. Yeah. People.
Just
I've gotten that at least once or twice.
Really? Have you really?
not.
Oh,
Fuck
I
no.
was about to be like, oh my god, good job,
no.
so proud of you.
I don't think you realize most of these people in the chat, most of them are definitely guys, and I don't know if guys usually get. Maybe some guys here do.
I've gotten sex box. Xbox.
Yeah, 100%
Really?
sex box.
Do you guys not get DMs?
We get it's all bots that are like, do you wanna blah, you know?
Okay, you want to see one of my?
Yes, I was thinking of making this a segment on the Men Are From Mars. It's like we go through the craziest DMs or the most recent crazy DMs.
Oh, okay. I have a very interesting one
Uh-oh.
that I got yesterday.
Just yesterday?
Just yesterday.
They knew the show was coming up.
No. Okay, let me see.
Did I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. So it was so we have to give the context.
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was
yeah.
Lan going like this with her just fucking
going like
super hard flexing for the camera. I think she was at the gym, and the guy said, "I want you to headlock me." What the fuck? Why? And this person apparently, it looks like this person's been messaging her as well, or not messaging, but like sending.
Yeah. Oh
emoji.
my god. I don't. Yeah. I want you to headlock me.
I want you to headlock me. Oh, the real font saying that was his DM. Oh shit! There you go.
Lies.
There
Whatever.
you go. Oh my god.
Okay, let me see. There's other interesting.
How
one
much
that
money would he have to
happened
give
before.
you
To headlock him?
to headlock him?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
A soft-
like.
We'll work out the rates. No, I'm kidding.
See my AT&T girl?
I don't know if you've seen the thing about the AT&T girl.
No.
There's basically, so she's also bodacious.
Ooh, she thick, boy.
Yeah, so
She's thick and sexually harassed. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Don't express.
she's like bodacious, and then everyone started making memes saying how she looks is very nice. And she's aware, she's in on it. Like she's seen the messages and people have talked to her about it, or she's like talked about it, but like they're just going off. She's very attractive is the problem, but like
I feel
hilarious. Like yeah,
She doesn't do anything under 1 million. You know that.
under 1
Tasha.
million, bro.
You know that.
We have to start
Gotta
somewhere.
get in line.
You have
I'm
to
just
start
kidding.
somewhere. No.
I'm just kidding. But like, usually when I receive like DMs,
Yeah.
they're pretty. They're generally like not as weird. I had someone that asked me to knee him before,
knee him
like
in the gut or just like
because I was doing kickboxing.
oh,
And,
what the
like,
fuck
they
are
were
these
like-
guys? So do you think these guys are like when he says like I want you to headlock me, he's like ha 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 ha, and he expects you to laugh.
And I'll be like, fuck you.
You're like what
bye.
yeah, you headlock him.
No, like I had someone that asked me to knee him before. I had someone that like, but like honestly, people are very brave when it comes to like asking
To the
for what they
DMs.
want. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, this is where you might want to mute your mic.
Uh oh. All right, y'all.
But there
Cover your ears.
is-
This is
there
18 plus
is
now.
this like DM that I received from our schoolmate in
Uh-oh.
high school before.
Oh. He said I want to sniff.
Okay,
No.
like just mute the name. Okay. Just mute the
just
name.
don't say the name.
Are you sure? But I feel like you want to know who it is.
You
Just
can
mute for, like,
whisper
2
whisper
seconds.
it in my ear, and then it'll be funny. Wait. Oh. Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
No,
So
I mean, you could say they won't. No one will know who the fuck this person is. But keep going. Keep going.
okay, no one would know who it is. But
Someone said Danny.
this guy, Danny. I mean,
No.
I'm just kidding. But there's this guy that we went to school with.
Yeah.
He has a significant other.
Mm.
Okay, and randomly, out of the blue, he messaged me one day asking me how much he would have to pay me in order for me to sell him a nude.
Oh.
And I was like,
Huh.
okay.
500. More than 5? Okay.
Oh
come
my!
on.
No, I'm not selling no nudes whatsoever.
$500?
Let's be honest.
$500.
If I would sell a nude, it would probably be something that I found on the internet or the naked cat. I don't know.
$500? That's reasonable.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna post my nudes to someone. But he was like saying how his wife is attracted to me, and then that they both think I'm very cute, and if I'm ever gonna be down for some good time, and that like go ahead and let him know, and he was gonna pay me for my pictures, and I'm like,
you're like, I didn't sign up for this. That's so interesting.
Like, I did not expect him from him because we never spoken like that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
I mean, it's probably just like these people who you've gone to school with are like, oh, they're so hot, and like I went to school, I just, you know.
I don't know. People are
because that's like a thing because like OnlyFans is like so popular now, so like. There's like a tweet or like there's always jokes about like how like, oh, I get to see all these people I went to high school with on OnlyFans, like this is great and shit like that.
I mean, if you have the money to pay for their OnlyFans, all kudos to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Just saying, like $15 to $21 a month. I'm not sure.
Get
I
that
mean,
money.
if you really want to look at like naked body, like, the porn is always free. But
porn
if you
is free.
Be
but people I went to high school with, that shit's $8 a month apparently. Come on.
Okay, so like, if you want to talk about OnlyFans,
let's go.
We're talking about a touchy subject. I'm sorry if I offend anybody.
That's fine.
But okay, in my opinion, I feel like when it comes to OnlyFans, I would support, you know, whatever decision that you want to do. If you were a guy, you want to throw some ass, sell your goodies.
What if I want to do an OnlyFans?
Throw that.
That was a heavy breath. That was a heavy
If
sigh.
you wanted to do OnlyFans,
I'll pull my bald head and then my other balls. Wait, what? Keep going.
If you wanted to do OnlyFans, I would be like, wow, like Marz, like you.
How do you think I afforded this food today? No, I'm kidding.
I would probably tell him that, like, you know, like I'm so proud of you for making that decision. And are you sure you want to make that decision?
Sure.
If you're sure, okay, yeah, I support you, but like,
how do you think I afforded this nice couch?
I would probably pay for the first month and then would not look at it because like it would just be weird to see my friend naked.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to see.
So what's your opinion of it in general, outside of me potentially throwing ass?
So like I would probably like I said, support them for like a month just to be like, hey, like, you know, I support you. But in my opinion, like it's something that I wouldn't personally do just because I just see it being, not saying that the people that do those OnlyFans are like, you know,
I got you.
having the same mindset as me. But in my opinion, I feel like I don't want to put a price on my body.
Okay.
Because the thing is that, like, you know, once you put things out on the internet, like it's gonna come with consequences regardless, like if you're aware or like if you're ready for that.
Yep.
But I wouldn't judge you, but I wouldn't say that like, yeah, I totally would do the same.
Right.
Know?
So you'd support them even though it's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for me, but I would support them because like, you know, they have like they have the, you know, the confidence
in some ways, courage, some ways
and
confidence.
They trust me enough to tell me that, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna respect the trust that they give me, and I'm gonna be like, okay, like, you know, do what you gotta do. But also I feel like once you put yourself out there, it's you also need to respect other people's opinion if they ever find out that you do something like that, you know?
Sure, there's like, definitely like potential negatives.
Yeah,
for
potential
doing
negative. It's like there's like a lot of guys on chat. Like, I'm sure that you see girls who are like always posing bikinis and things like, oh, they're very hot, and like, you know, I would totally like smash. But if you become their boyfriend, it's very hard to not get like jealous when you see so many guys like like fantasizing over your girl. And so like you need to also, I guess, like as your significant other, be accepting, or like you have to make sure that they are okay with the fact that that's something that you want to do, you know?
Okay, so you're saying, so I mean, really, what it sounds like is that you're not even like against it. You're just more so hoping that the person, especially if it's someone that you know personally, goes into it knowing all the. It's more like you're kind of worried that, like, hey, you're worried for that person's well-being just because you feel like it could have negatives that don't make it worth it for you.
I don't want them to feel like they are looked at less, like in a different way, and sure, like they're looked at with like, you know, less just self-worth,
sure,
just because other people don't accept them of like what they want to do for their, you know, well-being, or for their like meets the end or whatever,
right?
So like I think in order for you to have a good relationship with someone that chooses to do something like that, the other person needs to be very accepting, and they need to make sure that the person that you're dating or seeing is not gonna judge you or bring that up to stab you in the back just because of that.
Sure.
You don't want to get in an argument with someone and be like, hey, this is what you did though, like, you know, that's why I'm pissed off. Like,
you put titty pics on OnlyFans.
Yeah, like you don't want someone dating like that. You don't want a toxic relationship for sure. Like, that's not healthy.
It's you think it's like ammunition that someone potentially could use against you.
Yeah.
Which is just adding to the reasons why you think you wouldn't want to, just because like all these potential negatives.
Because like I just feel like there are so many times where I have experience with like mentally like not healthy relationships that it does take a toll on you, even for your later encounter with other people for the future. It does take a toll on you. It does take a toll on you, and I don't enjoy having the thought that like because of my past experience I'm gonna burden the other person in the future.
Gotcha.
And then so like whenever you're coming out from like a relationship or anything, like you should be able to say that like you're ready for the next, and without like letting the past control your future.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, it's really admirable, because I think the way you see like in the long term, you're like, okay, how does this play out in the future if you're trying to get in a relationship that lasts a long time, or in the future if you know, meet someone or stay with someone for a long time. So I mean, I think that's very important. We don't know the long-term effects or the long-term whatever that could occur from having stuff like this now, right? Now what people see is like, okay, I could potentially be making some money off of doing this thing, and there's a market for it. Guys are always going to want to see
things, you know,
T and A. So I mean, I definitely get it, but I also see where you're coming from. It's like, okay, look, it's not for everyone. And it's not for me, but I also support if people are going to do it.
Sure.
I just also hope that people kind of see what could maybe happen.
Timmy's on here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. But what you're saying is definitely like correct. Like I feel like when it just comes to like relationship in general, like trust and acceptance is like communication is
100%.
also it's definitely key. And so like in order for you to have a good foundation with like the significant others, you need to be honest. You need to just like tell them what you're really thinking. Like if you're not okay with something, talk to them about it before you even get even deeper. Don't like hold it inside like your thoughts and bring it up later on and let it, you know, affect your relationship in the future and everything. And so I feel like that's very important. And because like I feel like lack of communication definitely leads to toxic relationships, because like I'm not telling you what I'm thinking, like he's not telling me.
Right, you're holding stuff inside and you're not communicating.
Yeah, for sure. So
that's good. That's really good.
Miscommunication is a real issue, especially with our generation. I strongly agree with that. I feel like we talked about like dating, was my opinion on dating was this time, especially during pandemic. I feel like right now, freaking creepy, Steven.
How's it going, y'all? Is it going good?
I feel
Jesus
like
Christ.
I feel like nowadays, especially with pandemic,
Yeah.
if you're looking into dating and everything, I feel like it's a lot harder to meet someone, and especially like you will want to meet someone off like just apps and like Tinder and whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's very scary in my opinion, because this is someone that you have never met in person. You're just trying to build a connection off online.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then you have to honestly just take the stand and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I want to get to know this person more, and I'm gonna be accepting of whatever they want to tell me or present me as. Yes, the mask thing was showing uncomfortable. Very awkward.
Fair
I
enough.
agree. Like, it's very hard to also like see the expression from someone.
Yeah, because if
And,
Lan's
like-
smiling, you can't even
like,
see. You already
yeah.
can barely see her
And
eyes, so
like-
she's smiling. Kidding. You're
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm so Asian. I'm so Asian. Like, but I feel like dating nowadays, people are more glued to their phone. I'm someone like that too.
Sure.
I am someone like that too. I would probably look at my phone a lot more, compared to like when it was like before the pandemic and everything. We are like always busy, constantly busy, and just with our daily life and just things. But now that we're more indoors, it's very hard to take your eyes off the phone if you have more free time.
Gotcha.
You're more stuck in the social media. You're like always constantly looking at like things that they post online, and with like, especially with dating, it's like I had a period of time where during pandemic I'm like, oh, why is this person not texting me back? Like, they were in pandemic, they should be texting me back.
Oh, you're like, they have nothing better to do.
They have nothing to do. Like, they should text me. They should text me back.
That's so funny.
But in reality, like, you should probably take a few like moments and just step away from your phone, and it will be beneficial just for your well-being.
Yeah.
Freaking, they're saying that take a picture of your smile and print it on
And
the
paste on the
mask.
mask. That's amazing.
Man, are you doing that? Are you
That's
gonna
a
be doing
great
that for
idea.
us?
That's a good idea.
Actually, I saw someone with a mask where like they had the mask covering their like nose area,
Yeah.
and they had like this clear cutting right here,
Like plastic
cutting right here, and so like they can tell the expression, which is like,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not gonna be able to breathe as properly with that.
Yeah, it doesn't,
but
it's
you
plastic.
gotta
It
do
just
what you gotta do.
It'll just fog up after a
Yeah.
little bit, I would think.
I saw someone with a meme of a dude with a mask.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's fucking ridiculous.
Wow, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy
Yeah, what if you
the
sneeze? That's so silly.
I know. What's your turn-offs? Ooh, that's a good subject. What's my
your
turn-off?
turn-offs?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Man, okay. I'm gonna tell you guys one
All right,
thing.
guys, start writing down. Here we go.
Start writing down. I'm not sure if like a lot of other people are thinking the way that I think, but one of my turn off, I remember I was like dating this guy in high school.
Yeah.
And one of the turn off was that he was a messy eater.
Oh.
Like, he had salad all over the table when the salad bowl is right here, and then the salad's all over here, and I'm just like,
How does it even... What?
I know, like,
It was just tossing the fuck out of the
yeah,
salad.
literally, he was just like, I guess like freaking tossing the salad. He was tossing the salad on the table, and it was just going everywhere, and I'm just like, why would I want to date someone who is like not
Eats like a third grader.
yeah, like who does not know proper like table manner.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a courtesy thing to do, you know, especially if you're eating on the same table as someone. But that's one of my biggest one.
Okay.
And second, my biggest turnoff will probably be not communicating, even if you can. So this is the thing. So like, in my opinion, like if you were busy, if like let's say that me and this guy were talking, when he forgets the rinse dressing, Facts. Just gotta pull it out down here, you know.
Okay, I fucking
Kidding. But
I fucking hate ranch. Anyway, let's keep
ranch
it
is
moving.
okay.
Keep it moving.
But this guy that I was like speaking to or dating, he had this just problem with not even responding, even if it just takes a few seconds. I feel like that's something that's that just doesn't flow in my chart with me, because I think even if I'm busy, I'm actually pretty busy usually.
Yeah, she's at the gym 24/7, so she's busy bench pressing. Yeah. I'm sorry, squatting. Keep going.
But if it takes only 5 to 10 seconds to just tell someone that, hey, I'm gonna be busy, I'll text you back later, I think it doesn't hurt for you to text someone that.
Okay, you think it's indicative that like they don't think that you're worth that 5 to 10 seconds of letting them know.
In my opinion, I feel like, hey, like, why can't you just like tell me that you're busy? And in my mind, I'm just thinking like, if you told me that you're busy, I would not want to bother you. You know,
you'd understand.
Like, I will be understanding and be like, hey, he is busy. Like, don't be like just expecting him to text me. Like, but what are your turn-offs?
My turn-offs? I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate girls that burp.
Fucking liar.
No, I hate it. Fucking, I think that. Anyway, turn-offs. Actual turn-offs.
I mean, he doesn't have one.
No, I mean, obviously there's certain like personality traits that I mesh well and don't mesh well with.
So which are what?
God damn, why is she doing this? Why is she making me? Let's see.
Double.
Yeah, there are people that are.
Shut your ass up, Steven. I did not burn.
There are people that are. Yeah. Shit. I don't fucking know.
Really? Like, okay, let me just name a few then.
Okay, yeah.
When she doesn't. Oh my god. What if like a girl asks for your attention all the time?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Someone clingy. Is that your turn off?
Yeah, I think in some ways. I think a girl who doesn't have her own stuff going on, so like her life revolves around like just being around you, or just like has nothing going on. She's like, just. I think that's a true thing. Like I think I would need to date someone / I'm dating someone that like needs to have their own shit going on, because I do a lot of shit. Like I do like podcasts and stuff. I do other stuffs and going ons where it's like, okay, I'm either out and about, maybe not now with COVID, but be out and about doing stuff, and like maybe I don't have time to like do something, or maybe I'm on my own thing, or maybe they're doing their own stuff. It's like yeah, like there's definitely times where I'm like, fuck, like I'd rather be at home working on something or doing something.
I agree with you. I don't enjoy a clingy relationship for sure.
I like someone who's on their own, who's doing their own thing.
It's like you want that person who still have themselves within their relationship. That's for sure. Yeah.
Other turnoffs, I mean, other than your basic, like, hygiene, general upkeep stuff.
Why are you saying it like hygiene? Did you meet someone?
No. Well, I'm saying
Did
saying
you
like
just get down and dirty and be like,
what the fuck? Yeah, no. They have to have a bed frame. No, I don't know.
Be an independent bitch. Yes,
be an independent bitch. Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, because what other way? Because I'm sure there are definitely some types of guys, maybe to your point, or like you were saying earlier, where like they want someone who's just like their life revolves around being around them, and like
like submissive and things like that.
Shit like that. I can't stand that. I like someone who has like an opinion, someone interesting who has their own shit or own things to say about stuff. Because that's
so.
Just
what is
way
your
better.
take when it comes to like if like you and your significant other like disagree? How do you handle that?
Well, I'm always right, so that never happens. No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
Toss it
Disagree?
out.
No. Disagree. It just depends. It depends on how important the thing is, because I think I maybe struggle with admitting when I'm wrong sometimes. Some people say I'm stubborn. I think they're stupid. I'm not stubborn at all. No. I think that's like a thing for me to think about, is like whether I can admit to that kind of stuff or not. In certain disagreements, I try to hear the other person out because I want to know if I'm doing something wrong, and I want to know if I'm fucking up something.
So you would be okay if they call you out and you still accept it?
I would want it to happen for sure.
Okay.
I'm also very stubborn, so if they do it, I might still be like, man, no, you're wrong, man. So that's a consideration.
That's fair. Like I feel like just as a human, it's a normal to not
it's
want
hard.
to accept that like you're wrong sometimes, and so that's like very true and valid. And let me see, girlfriend gotta have friends when they don't have friends and they depend on you, and then I can play cool with
COD with the boys without guilt.
Oh my fucking.
English is her second language.
Oh,
I see cool because I'm sorry, I'm so Asian, I don't see. Okay, I'm
No
sorry.
worries.
Sorry, I can't read. But yeah, I feel like girls should still, like girls and guys, like they should still be able to have their own circle. Like me and my girls,
100%.
I'm still gonna hang out with my girls,
100%.
even if I'm in a relationship. That's not gonna be taken away from me. They were there before you.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
My friends were there before you existed in my life,
Let's go.
and I mean, I'm not gonna prioritize them over my significant other, but there needs to be a balance where I have my social life and I have my time with the guy, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Like, don't cut your friends out because of relationship. And even if, like, the guy's like, oh, I don't like how you're spending so much time with your friends, like, that's a no.
That's rough.
Which
That's a red flag.
reminds me of the shiz that we were going to talk about.
I think we can.
Like,
We'll end with this next story, and then we'll open up for questions.
Yes.
That way we can cut the
Okay.
podcast and video.
Yeah, okay. So, when I broke off with my last boyfriend.
Okay.
He kept on telling me that I was treating my friends better than better than I treat him,
Okay.
which is like, in my opinion, not true, because that's just the way I am. Like, I cherish my friends.
I can't see you treating someone that you care about bad. So I don't know how they could.
I mean, like, literally, I was just sitting there confused AF. I'm like, what is he talking about? I mean, the relationship ended in, like, a very weird way.
Sadness.
Of course.
Okay.
Insecure, for sure. I feel like that's insecurity, but the person also had trouble with, like, just admitting that they were insecure, and
That's
and
rough.
it's very hard. The dude was insecure. Yes, I feel like he had his troubled past, which is like, I cannot judge him for that, because
Sure.
you know, when someone is not ready but thinking that they're ready, it's very hard to, like, just be like, oh, like, why don't you see this, and why don't you agree with me, when they don't want to admit it. You know, same thing like it's the
Being a
same
little
person
stubborn
that
kinda.
followed me to, like, the stores, like Tasha,
So
Tammy.
you should say that
Tasha-
story for the people.
Tasha and Tammy.
Please, because you said this
knows that
story. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
this story when we were streaming the last time around. I was like, holy
so I
shit.
said the story when we were when we were talking on chat last time, freaking Steven. But so he's stubborn. Like, no, Marz is
They're
not
distracting her.
stubborn.
They're distracting her. Let's.
Okay, so what happened was that day we had a very rough morning, and it was just like bunch of like just random arguments out of nowhere. I'm not sure, like, if I did something wrong or if he was, like, feeling a certain type of way, but that day was a good holiday. Okay, and I was supposed to get him some present.
Okay.
And even though we were fighting and everything, I still wanted to get him a present,
Yeah.
because, like, you know, like, I'm not gonna just not get him something because we had an argument, you know.
Yeah.
Part 2 is Tasha and Tammy. Oh,
I'm
man. But yeah, that day I went to the store and I got him the present that he was mentioning to me.
Okay.
And I left the store for him to call me, like, a couple minutes later. He is like, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? I'm like, oh, I'm, like, going somewhere. Like, I'm trying to look at a few things. And he was like, you sure about that? And I was like, yeah, I was just passing by, you know. I mean, why would I lie to you? But obviously, I didn't tell the person that, like, hey, I got you a present from.
Okay,
like,
so you're trying to keep the fact that you're getting.
I'm trying to keep the surprise. But I did tell him which street I was on, because that's like, I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, you're like,
there's
oh,
so
I'm
many
here.
There's so many like stores on that street.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'm about to like leave and I'm about to go to this area. He's like, you sure? I just saw your car in this intersection. And I'm like, intersection? I never passed by right there. Even though I was on that street, but I never passed on that intersection, right? And so I'm like, okay.
This motherfucker was Google Mapsing you.
This is where he was like, why are you lying to me?
Oh.
And I'm like, excuse me? I was like, why would I lie to you? And he was like, I saw your card. Just admit it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was not there. And he was like, don't lie to me. Just be honest. And I'm like, I started crying because I'm not a liar. I would never lie for something stupid like that. And I was like, why don't you believe me? I didn't do anything. Like, can you just, you know, not say stuff like that? And he was like, no, just fucking tell me why would you fucking lie to me, right? And then I'm like, I hung up because I was getting too emotional to even like speak proper. And so I got in my car, drove home, called my friends, called Tammy. I'm like crying my eyeballs off, and she was like, oh, like, don't cry. And I'm just like crying my car outside, and they want to go inside because like my parents was like in the room in the house and like watching me cry, and I was like, just like let me be and let me cry. And then he kept on texting me. He was like, hey, why don't you admit it? Like, why are you lying to me and everything? He's like, you know, you're not making it any better by not picking up the phone right now.
Jesus.
You're
still
not,
going
like,
in.
Yeah, I'm still going, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm being honest. Like, why would you like assume that I'm lying to you?
Jeez.
And then he was like, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I went to get your fucking present. I was like, why would I lie about that? Do you really think something is going on? Like, why do I have the need to even lie? And then he was like, no, you're not. You're like not being honest. I saw your car. I saw that little thing that you had in front of your car, and that has to be your car. I didn't I didn't see something different. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to have to like keep on fucking explain myself.
Yeah. And
I told him, I was like, this is the store I went. Go ahead and ask.
Damn.
Right? And guess what he did? He made me stay on the phone, give him direction to where that store was. And he was like, stay on the phone until I get inside. And then he got to the place, he hung up on me, and there I was crying in my car like a stupid potato. And he went inside, hung up, and guess what he did? He pulled up my picture and was like, was she here today?
Instagram at Yin Yang Lift.
He asked if I was there today. And I mean, the guy obviously told him that, yeah, she bought this. Yeah. I remember her.
Yeah, I remember her bodacious bod. Yeah.
She bought this. I remember, like, and then I'm not sure, but like I guess like he might have like asked to check the security camera.
What the fuck?
But I'm like I don't remember.
Sure. But he's
too
on the
much.
phone doing this like.
No, he hung up.
Okay.
But he like showed me the picture. Like he showed him the picture of me to ask if I was like actually there, and then he left the store calling me, crying, apologizing, and I was like, no, I need some time to like. Just, you know.
That's insane. Wait, he called you crying like.
He called me saying that I'm so sorry and everything, and
That's crazy.
Guess what I did though? I I forgave him.
Cut it. Cut this. That's fun. What?
I forgave him.
What? Why? You don't need.
I forgave him. And then later on, it just like bit me in the ass more because there was more other stuff that was like that happened later on, and
what the fuck? Why?
And it got to the point where it was just like maybe he was not understanding, but it got to the point where it was involving my family a little bit, and it just
got worse.
It wasn't healthy.
Kept going.
It wasn't healthy, and man, okay, I don't think anybody that knows who it is besides Tammy and Tasha is on here, but
That's insane.
When I finally went back to the gym, I received a hurtful message.
Really?
I didn't tell you about that, but like I received a hurtful message of him saying that like, don't ever come near me. We're strangers now. Don't talk to me. Don't be like telling people to like stay away from me and things like that. And it was just so, the words that he used was just so hurtful that left me speechless, because I wasn't sure what the heck he was thinking, because the first day, like, I went back to gym and, you know, like, I moved on already, and I want to just like restart, like refresh everything that I have, you know, in my mind was a past. And of course the first day I got lucky and I saw that person, and it was very hard on me at first, but then I'm like, hey, I'm there to, like, you know, have a new start and just put that behind me, and I want to move on. And then I received that message from him out of blue.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like, oh man,
just
like,
fucking devastated.
Why? Because the way we broke off was already very hurtful.
Okay. Like,
for those that don't know, I have type 1 diabetes, and
he just fed her candy bars until she
threw
up.
No, but he basically, oh my gosh, he basically told one of my good friends that I had the fat people disease.
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not even. No, you were.
Like,
that's so ignorant, because type 1, the one that you have, is the one you're like born.
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
It's not.
He's basically told one of my good friend at the time, so I thought that he thought the whole time that we were dating that I had fat people disease.
Jesus
and
fucking
I'm just
Christ.
Like, what?
That's ignorant and mean.
Excuse me, like, I'm sorry.
That's stupid and mean.
But like, it was just very hard, because like I struggled a lot as like after I got, you know, diagnosed that like I would not be able to find someone that would accept me for who I am, because I have the disability of like my pancreas not working. I feel like I was more of a burden that way, even though, you know, you shouldn't feel like that. But that kind of just like brought back memories and kind of like haunted me a little bit, because that's one of my biggest insecurity after I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and that like I'm not going to be able to have like a normal dating life, because, you know, you had to take care of me sometimes and everything. Like all my close friends, all my close friends know, like, hey, like, do you need candy, or like some, hey, are you feeling okay? All my good friends know. And the funny thing is that like he even asked to see me inject myself with my insulin. Fuck? So there's no way in hell that you don't know I have type 1 diabetes. Like,
you mean the fat people disease?
The fat people disease.
So stupid.
But yeah. More red flags than Six Flags, and man,
yeah.
So
let's make a happy ending.
Yeah,
let's make a happy ending. What did we learn about guys like that? What did you learn to
stay away?
Sure, right. Because
red flags.
Right.
Don't always give them too many chances, because I definitely thought that we would like work things out.
Okay.
But it was just getting to the point where, like, you know, it was just escalating, and I don't think he was happy, and I wasn't happy. Like, I'm not trying to like be like, oh yeah, like he is like a good guy, like for like not doing this. But I just feel like everyone has a learning process.
Okay.
He was like not ready for something, or he was not really understanding, but you can't always tell someone to recognize their flaws, because I know for a fact that I had flaws myself.
Okay.
And I thank him for like, you know, wanting to like be able to work on that and everything, but yeah.
Right. You were trying to give him the same type of like understanding that you hoped he would give you. It just happened that he had way more issues that were way worse. It sounds like.
Yeah,
That's
Tammy
rough.
does not like the guy at all. She'll probably drop kick him in the ball sack if you gave him the chance to.
That's rough. Yeah. So I mean, at least you'll learn things to look out for if someone's being super like a lot of people in the chat were saying insecure, like super insecure that they didn't trust that you'd be doing something or that you were telling the truth, which is crazy. And other things like that. Like that's rough. That's interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I also feel like just a takeaway as in general that like guys and girls, like if you have insecurity, like you need to admit to it and just talk to your other person about it. Hey, like you doing this is making me feel a certain type of way. Do you think there's anything that we can do about this so I don't have to like keep on like feeling like you're doing something that I'm assuming? Because like majority of the time, like honestly, maybe it's just your own little
your own
devil.
baggage,
like,
yeah,
your own
stuff
baggage,
that
your
you've
own little
seen
devil.
that you project
like,
to the other person.
Yeah, you project to the other person, and that's like that. There's a quote that I've been seeing.
Is it also
like,
Chinese?
all the time? No, it's English. But like sometimes a lot of the problems that you see, like or the question that the other person asks you, is a problem that they're dealing with themselves. So the projection of their insecurity upon you, you know, and I feel like that's very true because like a lot of times because of our own insecurities, you question things that other person might not even be doing. Right. So
you take whatever they're doing and you fit it to what your issues are.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we learned
that
to communicate.
Communication is key.
And then if they do stuff that you don't like, you have to bring it up to make sure that you're.
I feel, definitely. So go back to like where we were talking about. Communication is key for sure, and it's very important to recognize the issue that other person bring up. Like if they think that, hey, like you've been doing this and I kind of don't really like it, like is there something that I can do to help you? Like you can try your best to help when you offer and they accept. You cannot just expect them to change. Like you can offer some kind of assistance in order to help them to change, because you know, like a relationship is about growing together, like being better together. You cannot building just like building each other up. You cannot just like be like, oh, I'm gonna watch you from a side and then just watch you grow. Like that doesn't work that way. Like you're not gonna grow like that. You gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see how long it takes for you to become mature. Like no, that's stupid. Don't do that, people. Like people only change when they want to change, for sure. Okay. Like if they really want something, you know, they would do what it takes to make
That's the type
better.
of people that you'd probably be wanting to look for. I love it. That's good. That's a insane story, and I'm glad we got to wrap with that. That's crazy. I really appreciate having you on here for the second episode of the Men Are From Mars. Where can people, I guess, if they want to drop a follow, Yin Yang Lift Instagram. Feel free. She doesn't social media that much, but I guess she kind of does. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, listening, watching. It was really fun. I really do appreciate having you on.
I had lots of fun. Thank you for having me on here, for sure.
No, I love it. We're gonna end it here. More episodes to come. Make sure you check out the one before this, where I talked to my wonderful girlfriend and our quarantine relationship.
Yes.
And look out for any new ones. We're gonna cut the YouTube here and the Spotify and everything. Check us out. Men Are From Mars.
Men Are From Mars.
Bye.